welcome back to my channel. This week's video, as you can see in the title, is definitely how to take really good self-portraits. I'm just gonna clarify, guys, before I am a YouTuber, I am definitely a photographer. That's my passion, that's my aspirations in life, is to be a fashion and beauty photographer. So this is totally my field of expertise. Makeup is always second and it's still ongoing and learning, whereas photography is something I'm already pretty confident and good at. And I was Googling some ideas that people have written on like Yahoo and things like that, and all of these ideas were already being done quite often on YouTube, like all these multiple tags, hauls, makeup tutorials, things like that. And I was like, okay, I need to think something outside of the box, something that would actually help you guys, and that is actually quite common right now in our generation. And I thought, well, pictures are so common right now. I asked by a few classmates about how I take my own self-portraits, because if you follow me on Instagram, which I will leave my link in the description box below, you will see that I do post a lot of selfies or a lot of self-portraits. And the difference between a selfie and a self-portrait for me is that a self-portrait is always going to be taken off my Nikon without me actually holding it in front of my face. So it is like a timed, set, prepared photograph that has been thought out through, and whereas a selfie is like a 2-second iPhone photo. Okay, and so I have written some tips and tricks that in my handy dandy journal. Bear with me, guys, this has also taken me years and years of practice and experience to actually understand how to work with light, how to work with composition, how to work with shadows, things like that. So you definitely do not have to be professional. You don't need a professional camera for this. You can use a digital camera, you can use your phone with the self-timer, whatever you guys have. I will not be telling you anything technically about a DSLR camera. If you guys do own one and want to learn how to use one, I can definitely make a video separately about how to work a digital SLR camera. So I will be posting pictures on the side of the video somewhere over here, giving you examples of what I'm talking about throughout my own self-portraits. So first, what I've written is make sure you've got good exposed light. And what I mean by good exposed light, meaning in easier terms, is stand in front of a window. If you're shooting, I notice a lot of girls tend to shoot behind the light, and really what you're gonna get from that is just darkness on your face and a nice halo light in the back. I don't recommend you doing this unless you have pro experience, because you will have a difficult time trying to light up your face. And I always make sure that if I am standing behind a window, which is what you usually would see from my self-portraits, but again, I am experienced. I do know how to work with light and work with my aperture, ISO, and shutter speed to achieve a good light. But if you do not know how to do that, just make sure your camera is actually in front of a window, and that's what's going to give you really nice looking, skin, hair, makeup, your smile, everything will be enhanced when you have really good light. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is start shooting at eye level features. So eye level is prominent, basic self-portrait characteristics. So you want to make sure that your face is prominently in focus the whole time. So try shooting at eye level before you start shooting, from above or from underneath. Eye level is always flattering for almost anyone, really. And I just kind of said this, figure out your best angles. So rule number 3, figure out, well, not rule, I guess step number 3 to achieving a good self-portrait is to definitely figure out your angles. Especially me, I do not have, my angles are always just the same kind of angles, but you gotta learn to work with what works best for you. So, some people like to do a whole chin up, people like to do chins down, other people just like a dead-on face, one side is better than the other kind of thing. Figure out your angles. Working your angles is the best way to actually achieve a good self-portrait. These are all things to help achieve a good self-portrait. Remember, this is such a pet peeve of mine, but when there are details that are being shown that shouldn't be shown in a photograph, that really bothers me. And what I mean about details is your bra strap, things in the background, like a hair out of place, which I definitely have. These are all things that I have been through and that I have seen and improved on myself. Be aware of what's behind you, what is on you, and make sure before you actually shoot it to fix it. Look around before shooting so you don't have to do do it in post-production, or what we call editing. You don't have to, or like if you post it on Instagram and notice afterwards like, oh crap, there's like my cat in the background, like what am I gonna do? I love this picture of myself, but there's my cat. So you should post it anyways. But always be aware of what is around you, what is in the actual frame of the camera itself before taking a picture. And if it's stuff that you can't move, move yourself. Another thing to think about, never ever cut off your head, never ever cut off your neck, and never ever cut off your eyebrows. I used to do this all the time, where I would just take really close-up pictures and just have like here down, and so my eyebrows would not be shown, and it would be so awkward. Really want to showcase, you know, a good portion of your body, of your head, face, neck. I mean, if you're taking a proper portrait, just a typical portrait. And sorry about the light, guys. The sun is deciding to, you know, cast and not cast. And so I have shot a few self-portraits that have been very successful online. You notice that I will put pictures with a complete white lit background. And it is not a studio shot. It is actually taken right in front of a window in my bedroom, and that took a lot of practice, it took a lot of patience, it took a tripod. The number one thing to do is keep your eyes in focus, or keep the person you're taking a picture of, their eyes in focus. The model's eyes should always be in focus, depending on what you're kind of doing. Once you've mastered the eye level photo taking, you can then go on to working with mastering camera angles, or like from being above to underneath to left to right. It gets really exciting when you start to experiment. All these things that I'm saying will all come together within a self-portrait. It's not one thing for one photo. Like, all these characteristics of a self-portrait need to come together in order to make a very good end result of a photo. Another thing would be is to, instead of working with light, work with shadow. So this is starting to get more to an intermediate level. Once you have your basics done, then you can start challenging yourself. Start to look away from the light, or start to cast shadows, like add something in front of the light to create shapes with light. It's really cool with the result. So be creative. Overall, this is all about being creative. This is about bringing in your artistic side. I mean, there's professional photographers, but nowadays everyone's a photographer. Like, photography is free. Like, it's totally something that everyone can express themselves with. Shoot everywhere, because you will get such a different result anywhere you go. It's absolutely insane. Hope you guys really like this video. It was a cute tip trick video about helpful video, I guess I should say, about getting a self-portrait, because I have been asked by a few classmates, I've been asked by people on my Instagram how I take these pictures, and I guess it's harder for me to explain online versus actually doing a video. So I hope you guys like it, and if you do take a self-portrait based on my tips and tricks, please tag me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you guys post it on. I would really love to see it. Thanks for watching. Bye.